Hi there global citizens and welcome to another startling but exciting chapter in the history of the Chinese economy. As you can see, the country is taking a serious blow from its own middle-class residents. Yeah, you heard right. In this video, we learn about the significant changes that China's economy has been going through and how they are affecting not only the middle class but also the lower classes of citizens. If these changes continue, China may need significant assistance to avoid more downturns from its own countrymen. But what's it that has led to such escalating outcomes between the government and its citizens? Let's find out as we move. The future of China's economy looks bleak right now. A property recession is impacting consumer spending, manufacturing is slowing, and exports have collapsed. The rate of youth unemployment has increased dramatically, and even highly compensated experts are struggling these days. 20 college graduates from 5 elite Chinese cities were interviewed, and the results demonstrate how the country's middle-class to upper-class consumer base, which is a major market for international brands, is retreating. All of them agreed to reduce their spending on non-essentials, postpone big purchases like automobiles and homes, and increase their savings. There was a clear sense of unease around job security. The idea of sending kids abroad for higher education has become less popular. Although the sample size is small, extrapolating it suggests that the second-largest economy in the world is in for a difficult few years. These CEOs are arguably at the top of their spending game. They are from Beijing, Shanghai, Guangzhou, Shenzhen, and Hangzhou. Large portions of China's other 1.4 billion consumers are undoubtedly anxious as well if they are uneasy. Countless little decisions to cut back on expenditure will add up to significant setbacks for multinational corporations such as Apple Incorporated, Starbucks Corporation, and Estee Lauder companies. The news had this to say about luxury and discretionary spending. Zhang Mei, a 40-year-old software engineer in Shanghai's Zhangjiang area, is one of millions of Chinese employed in the technology sector, which has been rocked by Beijing's massive anti-graft campaigns. The scrutiny has led to workers who have become accustomed to a particular lifestyle being laid off or having their compensation reduced. Zhang has cut back on impulsive spending even though she makes about 1.2 million yuan, $170,000, a year, and her spouse is similarly well off. Headhunters used to frequently contact her a few years ago with offers that would have doubled her pay. The mother of two has since given up on making spontaneous weekend vacations to far-off destinations like Japan and extravagant outfit purchases. Zhang stated, "I'll be 50 in 10 years, and I'm pretty sure I'll be on the layoff list." Zhang's more restrained spending aligns with the generally bleak consumer forecast. In a recent China consumer report, McKinsey & Company proclaimed that the period of double-digit retail growth was over. Leading the company's consumer and retail initiatives in Asia, Daniel Zipser, stated that the mood was about an all-time low, with meaningful concerns on the economic outlook. Amanda Lin, a 34-year-old Shanghai resident who works in financial product sales for a state-run brokerage, has previously received yearly bonuses totaling millions of yuan. As her investment portfolio decreases, she claims she has suffered a psychological hit and is now bracing herself for a hefty bonus drop in 2023. Those without children also have lower levels of discretionary spending. Following their wedding this year, Tracy Mao, 32, a human resources employee at a leading Chinese software company, and her spouse went all out, spending hundreds of thousands of yuan on furniture for their home, a honeymoon in Japan, and a $1,400 Canon camera. They're cutting back now as the number of layoffs rises. Both are deeply insecure about their jobs and wish to increase their savings for the future. The tech-savvy duo even postponed buying the new iPhone 15s until they could locate cheaper models. Discuss savings. Finding the safest location to invest is another issue that most people have, which could be good news for China's financial institutions. Some once prolific consumers are investing their money instead of spending it. Chinese households increased their savings in the first 10 months of the year by 13.8 trillion yuan, $1.89 trillion, up 8.5% from the same period previous year, according to data provided by the People's Bank of China last month. Shenzhen-born insurance sales representative Mana Wang, who holds a master's degree, reported that she has had success in 2023 in her sales to clients looking for protection in US dollars. The 36-year-old anticipates that business will increase in the upcoming year as affluent Chinese seek methods to reduce the risk associated with their investments. Wang, who owns 3 properties, used to spend that additional money. However, she is putting any additional money into savings given the current situation. In order to invest the proceeds in annuities, she is also thinking about selling her 2 investment properties. Wang remarked, "I can't bear to think about my living quality declining when I retire." Beijing-based 39-year-old Jason Wang is currently complaining about his lack of savings after losing his job recently. His family's income has more than halved since he lost his $140,000 a year position at a healthcare startup in August, and his wife is expecting their first child in January. "I'm experiencing anxiety," he remarked. "I recently upgraded to a BMW SUV and bought a house. I'll give myself an additional 3 months to look for work that pays as much as my former position did. If that doesn't work, I'll consider entering a field that pays less but has greater long-term prospects." Food is also not overlooked. Numerous interviewees stated they were sticking to or even increasing their food expenditures, despite the fact that a large portion of the developed world is cutting back on grocery spending due to skyrocketing inflation. Many claimed that the epidemic had increased people's interest in wellness and health, with better eating being a major contributing factor. Dong Siheo, a product researcher from Hangzhou, has started restocking at Walmart Incorporated's warehouse chain Sam's Club, which is a popular status symbol store in China but a bargain destination in the US. He visits at least twice a month and prefers premium fruits that are said to have health benefits. Dong, 31, claimed that COVID made me more willing to spend on a healthier lifestyle. Enjoying life and eating better are two aspects of it. For Mai, 34, who runs a meditation studio, it's the same. She and her husband increased their food budget, allocating more to better quality meat and fresh produce, even though they were in worse financial shape due to the slow return of customers following China's rigorous COVID regulations. She had less purchases from the neighborhood wet market and more food from Heima Xianqing, a brand owned by Alibaba Group Holding Ltd.'s Freshippo supermarket chain. Regarding China's international education, rich Chinese students, who make up one of the largest groups of international students on campuses across the US and Australia, have long viewed an overseas college or graduate degree as a status symbol and a means of securing a stable career back home. Even while a growing number of professionals still intend to send their children overseas, the value of a foreign degree is becoming less and less as youth unemployment rises. Approximately 290,000 Chinese students were enrolled at U.S. colleges and universities in the 2022 to 2023 academic year, despite Beijing's encouragement for them to go back abroad in the wake of COVID-19. Calculations are also being altered by political tensions with the U.S. Tina Li, a 37-year-old Shanghai freelance photographer married to an executive at an automaker, has no intention of sending her son, who attends a public school now, to college abroad. "It might be difficult for those who study abroad to find a good job when they return home," she muses. Regarding travel and experiences, most of the people we spoke with were still prepared to spend money on experiences like local travel and other intangibles. Some even described it as a means of purchasing happiness during a difficult period. Anna Liu, a 33-year-old fitness instructor and single mother from Shenzhen, is at the lower end of the financial spectrum. She typically makes around $84,000 a year, but this year, about 20% of her clients canceled meetings due to personal financial strain, which caused her income to decline. However, she's a major admirer of Cantonese pop music, and 2023 marked the return of live performances following the COVID pandemic. Over the previous 12 months, she has spent almost $7,000 on hotels and tickets to see shows in China. Vacation destinations outside of China are awaiting the return of Chinese visitors. According to the World Travel and Tourism Council, flight capacity, high prices, and challenges obtaining visas and passports are the main obstacles that will prevent Chinese outbound travel from returning to pre-COVID levels until the end of 2024. Although he and his wife have cut back on expensive social events, Dong from Hangzhou noted that they still plan at least one domestic vacation every month. "Even though there are currently too many expensive flights abroad, we want to seize the moment and enjoy life more." Here is where we wrap things for today. Thanks for stopping by. And hope you enjoyed the video. Do stay tuned for more and related videos right here at our channel. Like, share and subscribe. Goodbye for now.